Putin took the initiative to propose a meeting with Trump. U.S. Intelligence Director Gabbard revealed that there are American spies in the Kremlin, and that Putin is eager to meet with Trump in order to root out the mole. According to reports from the Russian news agency, on August 6th, U.S. envoy Witkoff traveled to Moscow for the 5th time. Originally, it was thought to be just another formality, but Putin personally received him at the Kremlin and they ended up talking for a full 3 hours. You have to know, Putin usually keeps a cold face no matter who he meets, so the fact that he chatted with the Americans for so long this time was clearly unusual. And as soon as the meeting ended, Trump immediately posted online saying that major progress had been made, and then promptly announced that he would meet with Putin. He even said he wanted to bring Zelensky along for a 3-way meeting. Things were moving as fast as a rocket. Just a few days ago, the two sides were still threatening each other. So how did it suddenly turn into a handshake and peace talks? The key lies in the timing. On the very day Putin met with Witkoff, Gabbard, the U.S. Director of Intelligence, went ahead and released a top-secret document despite strong opposition from the CIA. The document clearly stated that there is a secret American informant close to Putin, and this mole is able to obtain Putin's core secrets. The CIA was afraid that Russia would follow the clues and root out this spy, but Gabbard chose to expose it right at this critical moment. How could that possibly be a coincidence? You have to know, Gabbard was never really favored by Trump, so for her to suddenly make such a high-profile move, there's definitely something fishy going on. As a former KGB agent, Putin knows the spy game better than anyone. As soon as this American document came out, he would immediately realize that there really is a traitor close to him. Given Putin's temperament, there's no way he'd tolerate something like this. He'd definitely try to root out the mole. But then, why did Putin agree to meet with Trump at this particular moment? There must be some kind of deal going on here. Either the spy provided the US with some crucial intelligence, giving Trump leverage to blackmail Putin, or Putin is planning to turn the tables, using the meeting as a chance to fish out and catch the mole. Putin never does anything he's not confident about. If he didn't have a good enough reason, how could he suddenly change his mind? Not long ago, US-Russia relations were extremely tense, and Trump even sent 2 nuclear submarines to Russia's doorstep as a show of force. Now, all of a sudden, they're sitting down to negotiate. How could there not be something going on behind the scenes? After the meeting, Russian presidential aide Ushakov said that both sides exchanged signals. In diplomatic language, this usually means there was some kind of secret deal. That signal was probably about information regarding that spy. On the surface, it looks like Putin is passively responding to America's diplomatic offensive, but in reality, he's very likely making a proactive move. On one hand, he can use the negotiations to address the Russia-Ukraine conflict and ease the pressure from international sanctions. On the other hand, he can take advantage of this opportunity to control the flow of information and trace back the identity of that spy. Given Putin's personality, there's no way he would let any spy stay around him for long. If this meeting really takes place, aside from discussing the Russia-Ukraine issue, Putin definitely has other plans in mind. He might already be thinking about how to root out this mole completely. Of course, it's also possible that Putin agreed to the meeting purely to resolve the Russia-Ukraine conflict. After all, this war has dragged on for more than 3 years. Although Russia has the upper hand, it can't afford to keep burning resources. Rather than letting it drag on, it might be better to take advantage of Trump's return to power and push for peace talks to end the conflict as soon as possible. But if this US-Russia summit really happens, it will definitely cause a huge stir on the international political stage. Can the Russia-Ukraine conflict be resolved? Can US-Russia relations be eased? Will the spies around Putin get caught? All of this will become clear in the next few days. But one thing's for sure, Putin is definitely not the type to take a loss in silence. There are bound to be some twists and turns in this drama coming up.